And even though today is about remembering and honoring the victims in Uvalde, lingering questions remain when it comes to the investigation into that shooting. Many wondering whether or not members of law enforcement on the scene that day will be facing any criminal charges. Mark Austin once again live in Uvalde where that investigation stands this noon. Mark.
Good afternoon, Max. There are several vigils planned for this evening. The first is a special community vigil at 5:30 out at the Uvalde County Fairplex as this community continues to mourn, especially today. Another key emotion for people that live here is anger and the need for accountability. But the question going forward, will any of the officers that stood in the hallways of Robb Elementary ever face criminal charges for their inaction that day? Now, one legal expert from St. Mary's University Law School in San Antonio says Texas officers can be held criminally liable for omissions or a failure to act, but with a stipulation. They aren't required to aid the public if doing so would expose them or someone else to a risk of bodily injury. Very interesting caveat there. Coming up later today on KSAT12 News at 5, our Dylan Collier has a complete breakdown of where that investigation stands. On another note, this school is still standing. Obviously, there will be a replacement one day, but the reason this school is still standing has to do with any future trials. As first reported by the San Antonio Express News earlier this week, this is a crime scene, and one day a jury may have to walk these halls as part of the quest for justice. But once again, as far as memorials today, there are several events happening today to remember the 21 lives lost. We will continue our team coverage throughout the day right here on KSAT and KSAT.com. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Mark. Having often performed in Uvalde before she retired, Tejano artist Shelly Lares is using music to demand action in the wake of the Robb Elementary tragedy. With little to no fanfare out of respect for the families, Lares has produced and directed a music video from a child's perspective. Jesse Degollado tells us Lares hopes it'll serve as an anthem for the Uvalde community.
I am a shouldn't be faced with all the fears that make me run and make me hide.
Haunting lyrics sung by a child, as Tejano artist Shelly Lares had intended.
When are things going to be done is really what it's about.
Lares wrote the music for I Am a Child, Don't Put It All on Me. The lyrics by Grammy Award-winning songwriter Rebecca Valadez are sung by Allie, an up-and-coming 12-year-old artist.
Well, you gotta put it all on me. What's it gotta be on me? I gotta be the one to make you see.
In prepping the young singer, Lares told Allie she'd be the voice of children asking those very questions.
To the adults, to the government, to people who are dropping the ball when it comes to protecting our children.
In a sense, says Lares, echoing the Robb Elementary parents demanding answers. Shot in the San Antonio area, the children surround a large white cross, raising their hands to the heavens.
You know, that's where we're really showing the love and prayers for the angels, you know, all of them, all 21 of them.
Just before the dramatic ending.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
If you don't cry when you hear this song, then you're not getting the message.
Jesse Degollado, KSAT12 News.
An artist trying to give San Antonio a place to honor the victims of that dark day with a colorful memorial. The art still a work in progress. The plan is to keep it that way throughout the day tomorrow. Traveling artist Lakey360 tells us he hopes the work they currently have will bring others not only to stop by, but also to create and express themselves. His main goal, giving people a place to gather, connect, and grieve.
Whenever people stand in this spot, whenever people try to appreciate the beauty, there is a reminder that this is remembering something that isn't so beautiful and that tore a community apart.
Today, the group of artists will be back out there, adding to what they already have, and they're going to have chalk available for people who want to add their own words or drawings up and down the sidewalk as well. You can find complete coverage from Uvalde right now on KSAT.com.
We'll have more stories honoring the lives of those lost through the day on the air and on KSAT.com. And tonight, our special 1 Year in Uvalde airs at 9 right here on KSAT12. It will also stream on KSAT Plus, the KSAT YouTube page, and KSAT.com.
And we know there's a lot of memorials and remembrance events going on really around our community. And it seems like, Justin, they won't have any issues with weather through the afternoon.
No, in Uvalde, the weather looks pretty good there. We're watching an outflow boundary that is sitting to the north of San Antonio, so we'll keep an eye on that to see if it sparks off any showers or storms. In fact, let me show it to you here on radar. You can see it pretty well as it sits right up there around Comfort, and that's working its way down towards San Antonio. So sometimes these outflow boundaries can kick up some more storms. We'll see how it plays out and how far south it moves. But that's just something to keep in mind. A 20% chance of storms here in San Antonio. Back out towards Uvalde, it looks like the weather should stay clear there today, maybe just a few clouds during the afternoon. Our forecast is also going to keep in a 20% chance of some storms for San Antonio overnight, much like we saw last night with some of these storms that develop up in the Texas Panhandle, making their way down into our area just because of the upper level winds. Here's a look at the satellite picture, and it does show that clouds are trying to work their way in from the north, so it will get a little cloudier. And these storms here, still a question is whether or not they'll hold together. Right now it looks like they're kind of falling apart, but the outflow boundary could help to create more. So bottom line here, 20% chance of some showers and storms today, otherwise partly cloudy. 87 at 3 o'clock, 88 at 4 p.m., 88 is our high temperature, and then down into the 70s tonight. Still with that slight chance of rain. We'll keep that going all the way through Thursday morning before the forecast quiets down a little bit, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Well, local team going for glory. We have the 5th round of the UIL Class 5A playoffs in just a bit.
With a deadline looming, student loan borrowers are hoping to have their debt forgiven, but it may not happen. The latest on the efforts to block that legislation after the break. Negotiators will be back at it again today, trying to hammer out a debt ceiling deal as the country edges closer to financial crisis. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy staying optimistic, but privately conceding to his Republican members that they are nowhere near a deal yet. The White House insists talks have been productive, but won't point to specific progress. The stalemate is over federal spending. Republicans want to roll it back, and Democrats do not. Republicans also demanding that Biden impose new work requirements for those receiving federal aid. The president equally firm in pushing for tax increases on the wealthiest Americans and large companies.
And the House of Representatives set to vote on a measure to block President Joe Biden's one-time student loan forgiveness program. So this resolution also seeks to end the pandemic-related pause on federal student loan payments. Remember, that pause, it's been in place since March of 2020, and it is expected to end later this year. The proposed forgiveness program, well, it promises up to $20,000 in federal student loan debt relief to millions and millions of low and middle income borrowers. Remember, it was halted by lower courts last year before any debt was actually canceled, and it is now awaiting a ruling from the Supreme Court on whether it can or cannot take effect. President Biden pledging to veto the Republican-led resolution if and only if it passes the House and, of course, the Senate.
New York City officials are asking their state Supreme Court to suspend portions of the city's right to shelter law. Mayor Eric Adams says the Big Apple is overextended after receiving more than 70,000 migrants and can't continue to manage the influx. In a statement, Adams says he would prefer not to end the right to shelter law, but the city's resources are stretched way beyond capacity. Mayor Adams signed an executive order last week temporarily suspending portions of the city's right to shelter law, citing the expected influx of more immigrants after Title 42 was lifted. The legal action could take the suspension of right to shelter benefits several steps further.
All right, back here at home, it is just getting warmer and warmer out there, Justin. Already 84 degrees. Are we going to see 90s today?
You know, it's going to be a close call, Max, but I think with the outflow boundary that we've got coming in from the north, it may actually cool us down a little bit, give us some gusty winds, and it could kick up a shower or two. So we're hoping maybe we do stay in the 80s today. Right now, our high temperature so far, 83. The record is 101 set back in 1925. That's not in jeopardy. But we do have some rain chances still the rest of today into tonight. We'll show you the radar once again coming up.
Welcome back. 85 degrees, and that heat is not going anywhere.
No, well, Justin, you said there is a chance of showers late in the day?
Yeah, we're watching activity that's still turning north. We're still in that flow, just like last night where we got storms that came out of North Texas down into San Antonio. We still have that similar flow, and there's activity north of us. So it's activity we've got to watch because there is potential it could make it here. Now, this little complex we're seeing here, this is falling apart, but it is sending an outflow boundary south. Right now through Kendall County. It's just about to be in Bexar County. You can see the outflow boundary right there. So this may do a couple of things. It's going to kick up the winds a little bit, may kick up a shower or two, and it could cool us down just a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. It's also going to bring in some cloud cover. So we've seen blue skies most of the day. Now it's going to turn a little cloudier. I want to show you the rain behind this outflow boundary. There's a little bit. If you're in Fredericksburg, there's some light rain coming down. Nothing that's very heavy. And most of the lightning strikes have gone away. We're still detecting a few up near Marble Falls, but it's this fast moving boundary again that we're kind of keeping an eye on. It's just about to move through Bernie. You're about 5 minutes away from seeing those gustier winds kick in out of the north with this boundary. It's kind of like a mini cold front. Think of it like that. It's not going to cool us down a ton, but it does make a little bit of a difference, and it should make it into San Antonio here within the next couple of hours. And we'll see what that does rain-wise as far as kicking up any more showers or storms. We'll keep a small chance in today. You would never know it right now, though, because we've got blue skies. 82 at the airport, 84 Stinson, 82 at Kelly and Randolph. And as we look at the numbers, it is a little cooler to the north. 81 Kerrville, 71. That's some rain cool there up there in Fredericksburg. So again, some slightly cooler temperatures trying to shift south. Right now in the mid-80s across most of Bexar County. Forecast temperature today, 88. It all depends on kind of what develops, but that's the general idea here, upper 80s. And I do think we'll see a few 90s, especially south of San Antonio, Pleasanton, Pearsall, Carrizo Springs, normal hot spots there. And as we look at the satellite picture, of course, there's rain here, but that's some of the cloud cover that's just about to move in here to Bexar County. So things will get quite a bit cloudier here within the next couple of hours. We're also seeing some clouds out in Rock Springs, Del Rio, Eagle Pass. In the bigger picture here, you can see this flow, right? So we've got these showers and storms that are developing up here across the Panhandle, and the upper level winds are trying to bring those into our area. And we could see some more development up here later today. So these are all things to watch. This kind of flow can be tricky, especially for the computer models. We'll be keeping a close eye on it. Very quickly, I wanted to touch on what's going on in the tropics. We want to take you all the way out to the Pacific in the island of Guam. We mentioned this yesterday. Super typhoon Mawar. Winds are at 140 miles per hour, gusting to 165. It has passed over Guam, not before doing some damage, though, unfortunately. And this is going to continue to move west and move towards Taiwan and the Philippines. Still is a pretty strong system. So that's the latest there. Our extended forecast, we're going to go 20 to 30% chance of storms today. Tonight we'll keep a small chance in the forecast and a small chance going into early tomorrow morning. 87 Friday, 87 Saturday, 87 Sunday. We'll get some quiet weather over the weekend. And we did add in some rain chances back into the forecast for Monday and Tuesday of next week, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Right now, church bells in Uvalde getting ready to ring, marking the moments police finally made their way into Robb Elementary a year ago.
Let's take a live look. New Braunfels Canyon softball team, they're getting ready for the 5th round of the UIL Class 5A playoffs, where they're going to be taking on the Smithson Valley Rangers, with the winner advancing to state. This is going to be a great series. Set for best of 3, the Cougars, remember, they're 30-0, undefeated, beating Flower Bluff 8-1 in the 5A regional semifinals. Canyon went to state back in 2018, 2019. Some calling it a dynasty. Advanced to the 3rd round last 2 years. Now they have to get through the Rangers for the next step.
They're a great team, I will give them that. They're definitely one of our hardest teams that we've faced, I think, all throughout our preseason playoffs and just regular district. They have just as much drive and just as much hard work as us, and it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, we faced them a couple times, but I just think we need to go into this game thinking it's a new game, new team, and we just need to play our game, and I think we'll be fine.
You know, I think it's exciting for everyone, especially this week is going to be a special situation with us in Smithson Valley. 2 traditional programs that have had a lot of success, and I think there's a lot of respect back and forth between the 2 teams, and I think it's going to be good for the whole community to see this matchup.
The 5A regional finals between New Braunfels Canyon and Smithson Valley getting underway Friday, 7 p.m. Best of 3 series going down at St. Mary's University. All right. Head to the MLB, the Rangers taking down the Pirates 6-1. Josh Jung hitting his 11th homer of the season. Texas going 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. And the Brewers shutting out the Astros 6-0. Remember, I think they were 11-1 in the last 12 before that. All right, Texas League action. The Missions roughing up the Sod Poodles here at Wolf 14-4. And of course, don't forget, NBA playoffs playing on. Eastern Conference Finals, because the West has already decided. Boston beating Miami 116-99, avoiding a sweep. Game 5 Thursday in Boston. We'll be right back.